Hey, welcome back to another episode of Blue Collar Tech. In this episode, I'm going to use NotebookLM to create a conversational podcast style conversation. So what I did was I just recorded myself making a few instructional videos. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I downloaded the transcripts from those videos, and then I uploaded it to ChatGPT, asked it to summarize it for me, make it interesting, make it conversational, and then uploaded it to NotebookLM and got the AIs to generate a conversation. So let's hear what it has to say, and I'll stop along the way and make a few corrections and adjustments.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into something you guys were really curious about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the whole world of no code and AI.
Very cool.
We're going to be checking out a couple videos from this creator called Blue Collar Tech.
Okay.
And he's been kind of making a big splash by showing how accessible this stuff can be, even if you don't come from a coding background or anything.
That's interesting, isn't it? It's like this whole no-code thing, it really flips the script on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The idea that you have to spend years learning to code to actually build something, with technology.
I know, it's so true. Like, I always thought building a website or an app was like this crazy complex thing that only programmers could do.
Right.
But Blue Collar Tech actually walks you through like building a website from scratch in one of his videos.
Oh, wow.
And it's really eye-opening.
Yeah. And what I think is especially valuable is that
Yeah.
he doesn't just show the finished, perfectly polished product,
Yeah.
He's upfront about the problems he runs into along the way.
Right.
Which makes it
Yeah, I'm glad they brought that up, because that is really the key focus of this channel, is just to not try and make everything look super glamorous and easy. That's one side to it. The other side to it is that this stuff is really basic and really simple for some people. I'm not one of those people. I don't have a technical background, so that's why a lot of this stuff is it's good to go through and to learn the basics and to understand the core principles of developing, building a website, all that kind of stuff.
feels so much more relatable, I think.
It does. It's like he's saying, hey, it's okay to make mistakes. Like, that's part of the learning process.
Exactly.
One of the things I thought was super interesting was how he built a custom task manager for himself using this no-code approach.
Oh, that's a great example of how no-code can be used for practical everyday problems.
Right.
You don't always need some super complicated software.
Right.
Sometimes a simple tool that you build yourself is way better.
Totally. And he didn't stop there.
Oh no.
He even built an apparel shop, which blew my mind. I was like, wait, you can launch a whole business like that without needing to code?
I know. It's crazy what's possible.
I know.
What was really impressive was he ran into that issue with payment gateways, which is a real pain point for anybody who's trying to set up an online shop.
Totally.
And he ended up finding this clever workaround using another platform's integration.
Oh, interesting.
It just goes to show, with a little bit of creativity and problem solving.
Okay, I have no idea what the AI was talking about there. That must have been some misunderstood context or something like that. I haven't had any trouble specifically setting up, integrating any kind of payment system with my website. I haven't tried that yet, so I don't know where this info is coming from. But they do a good job. They're just not 100%.
Yep.
You can push the limits of what no code can do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So speaking of problem solving, Blue Collar Tech also talks about using AI, specifically ChatGPT, as part of his no-code process. And I'll admit, at first I was kind of like, oh, AI, that's just a buzzword right now.
Yeah, I get that.
But seeing how he actually uses it was really fascinating.
It is. It is. It's definitely way more than just hype.
Right.
One of the things that Blue Collar Tech highlights is using ChatGPT for brainstorming ideas.
Okay.
And figuring out those prompts that you need. So for example, let's say you're building a website, right?
Yeah.
And you're stuck on how to do something like a certain design element.
Okay.
You could literally ask ChatGPT,
Oh, wow.
hey, how do I create a parallax scrolling effect?
Wow.
And it would give you code snippets
Oh, really?
and explanations and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What I always thought you'd need to know, specific coding languages to do stuff like that.
That's the cool thing about these AI tools like ChatGPT is they can kind of act like a bridge between your ideas and actually like making them happen even if you don't know how to code.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not about like replacing coding altogether.
Right.
It's more like having like a super smart assistant helping you out along the way.
Yeah, I really agree with that statement. So it's like just because these no-code solutions exist, it doesn't mean that I can just like, you know, pop open Replit, for example, and enter in a little bit of text and just sit back and sip my coffee and think that it's gonna go through and build a website, right? The reality is that the AI is really good at building out the general framework, like all these files and stuff like that you see on the side here. This was all 100% generated by the Replit agent, which is an AI agent within the Replit app. Replit is a integrated development environment, for anyone that doesn't know that. Essentially, this is where you go to actually write and execute your code. Replit is pretty unique in that you can both build code, you can run your web view right in the Replit integrated development environment, and then you can also deploy this to the web, which I've done on this one, for example. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that it's very good at assisting you, but you still have to be in the driver's seat, and you still have to have the vision. You still have to tell it what you want. You still have to check for mistakes. You still have to take ownership of your project. But I mean, these AI agents make doing something like this for someone like myself with no coding experience, they make it completely possible. Where otherwise it would be, you know, nothing's impossible, but it would be a lot tougher without it, for sure.